Hi, hello. This is Editing Lizzie coming to you from technically the future to explain what current Lizzie or past Lizzie failed to inform you of. So in the next clips, one, I'm going to be whispering, so love or hate the ASMR that you're going to get. Live your best life, folks. But it's just really to explain the fact that I want to do wrap-ups. However, I don't often remember the synopses and or plots of the books that I'm reading. Sometimes, most of the time, depending on how good the book was, I don't remember it. So I figured instead of waiting till the end of the month and then gathering all the books that I've read and then going back and trying to tell you about them and trying to remember, that I would just record myself literally minutes after finishing the book. So the next compilation of slides, of video montage will be me telling you how I feel about books literally 5 or so minutes, honestly, after I finished it. So yeah, because I was like, I don't want to have to think of themes or whatever to try to like do different things with. I was like, what if I just captured my actual thoughts right away and gave it to you in a video, a long form video format. So that's what I'm here to do. I think the first clip kind of says a little bit, but I don't think I had enough. My battery was dying and I don't think I took the time to charge it because I was just like, let me just get these thoughts. I had this thought to this wrap up like this and I had thoughts about the book, so I just went with it. So continue forth and enjoy the very sad 3 books I read this month. I'm behind on my reading goal, y'all. I'm behind by like too many books. Okay, real quick. Oh, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do a new version of wrap up where I just do clips every time I finish the book. This was a 3.75. It's a duology from The Cursed Garden. The first one is about a girly pop who can break curses. Her mother goes missing under some mysterious circumstances. She thinks she's dead, or just missing in general. I can't really remember the beginning. And a person who she interacted with when she was young, who kind of like left her for dead in a sense because they're from 2 different worlds, comes back and needs her help. And the adventure begins. This ties up the book, the series, the duology. There were some plot conveniences and a bit of plot holes to really make this work in the end, and so it wasn't as good as the first one. 3.75. I didn't enjoy the first half, but I did enjoy the second half. So my battery's dying. That's why I'm rushing. Okay, bye. Okay, so I finished this. 3.5 stars. Tell you what, I'm really bummed out. I'm honestly kind of disappointed. I don't know if book 1 was like this. I feel like it'd have to have been, and I guess maybe the cast was too new that I just like ate it up anyways. But there's a lot of exposition here. There's a lot of like, these people mean the world to me, and it's like, yeah, babes, I know. I've already read 400 pages in another book telling me how much you love these people. I didn't need that information for every one of their actions. Did I still get a little teary-eyed here and there? Yes. Because sometimes there are like real like trauma topics that are brought up, but then they're never fleshed out. Like Hall has a lot of things that he's going through, have been through, and it like is always like a peak of tension and heartfeltness, but it never goes any further than that. And that's upsetting. Book 1 to this is called Cascade's Failure. This is Gravity's Loss, if you can't really see. Cascade Failure, I gave 4 stars. And it's about a character named Hall who you meet. He's obviously on his way home or trying to find home, and he stumbles upon a ship because he needs to be on a ship. And that ship kind of traps him, kind of doesn't, and he ends up running into people from his past. The adventure, therefore, begins as it often does, and it is just kind of a story of like found family, and you kind of you learn more about Hall's history, you learn more about Saint's history, who is like the person from his past. And it's honestly really good. I loved it. This one, not so much. This one, I just wanted it to be over. I was just like, can we get to the end? And I don't think I liked in here when it's like, we'll confront some ugly truths and about their enemies, and even uglier truths about their friends. but nothing will come close to the truth, so they'll learn about themselves. Like, I don't understand how that was supposed to relate to the story. Anyways, the plot, the villain of the story, and the way that was going didn't make any sense. And I don't know. I just didn't like the direction this went. And I'm bummed because I really liked Cascade's Failure. Anyways, that's that on that. Alright, I literally just finished this book. It is 10 o'clock at night. And I'm here to say that I loved it. 4 stars. I listened to it on the audiobook. I started it on the audiobook, and then I think honestly, like halfway towards it, I sat down and picked up the book. It's Slavic folklore, which I'm finding I love. And you meet a man named Demeter, and he ends up, they're in Chicago. I don't know if this is true to Chicago cityscape or whatnot. I've only been to Chicago like once. But he goes to a tavern of sorts, and it's set in a world with Slavic folklore, so it's like creatures. I think this one's like a Zamora, like lounge of sorts. I don't really know. They can all hang out all together. So he goes, he tells the lady that he needs help finding Baba Yaga, and that he has a cure for a curse. Or he doesn't tell her about Baba Yaga yet. I feel like maybe he does. I don't really know. That's the one part of the story I'm not clear on. Anyways, he tells her that he has this item, the fern flower, that will help a person that he knows is cursed. And if they would tell her that he knows, that she knows, that he knows type of dealio, that it'd be great, granted, you know, wonderful. And she ends up telling the person, of course, and so they end up meeting like while on his way to the subway. And they pick up one more character along the way after like realizing she has to like bar fight. So there's like the 3 of them, and they go on their merry way to find Baba Yaga and to do several different things. But it was a good time. It's like honestly a 4-hour audiobook and 163 pages, and it's so good. It was so fun. I feel like you're invested in what the curse is, why he's invested in helping her with the curse, what his weird deal is, what the other guy's deal is. I just thought it was so fun, and I really liked it. If you're listening to the audiobook, I listened to it on Everand, aka what used to be Scribd, and the audiobook repeats a part. So like when you get to the end of the book, you're reading like once they've met Baba Yaga, and they make promises and or break promises with her. They talk about, there's like a scene with another Leshy, but the audiobook reads that scene, which is like the last scene before the scene after, like the promises and unpromises of it all, the unmaking of things, and it reads it twice. So you get the last scene twice, which is like a bummer because it doesn't really make sense when it fits there. But if you don't have the book, I guess it doesn't matter, you just hear it twice. But it's supposed to be, the Leshy scene is supposed to be like the last one of the book. So it's a little odd. And maybe the one you'll get at a library won't be like that, but that's how mine was on Everand. So, but I really like this. 4 freaking stars, dude. I kind of wish it was a little bit of a longer novel, because I didn't want to leave yet. Ah, so good. Okay.